What's up, y'all? It's Ty in this video. Today, we're going to be going over talking about our top shooting guards in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM and ranking them on a tier list from S tier all the way down to F tier. Now, we did just do the point guard tier list as well, so make sure to give that a watch as well. I really do appreciate all of the recent support on the channel. You guys are absolutely amazing. And again, thank you for doing this a possibility for me. Now, we've got a ton of shooting guards. I think it's over 60 of them on this tier list. All of the Galaxy Opals, Pink Diamonds, and Diamonds, and then some of our best budget-ish cards like Richase, Koulibaly, those types of guys. So, hopefully you guys do find this video helpful. That is my main goal with the channel. Jack Marin, look, here's the situation with Jack Marin. I've pulled one good thing out of a 10-box grind all year long, and it was Jack Marin. This was by far my best pull all year long. Card is solid. I just don't know if I love him. Only 3 Hall of Fame badges. He does have a smooth, easy to time, easy to green release. I think B tier is the right tier, though, for Jack. I mean, he green shots at a pretty high level. But it's like, outside of that, I don't know what Jack Marin truly gives us on the floor. And so it's kind of tough for me to hype the card up too much. Yes, I know offensively, again, he's going to green shots. It's just defensively, I mean, he's only 6'6". His stats aren't necessarily that great. I think that's kind of my big holdup for Jack Marin. Now, I'm going to have to start going through these cards quicker. Otherwise, we'll have an hour-long tier list. And look, I know you guys aren't trying to waste an hour watching me rank virtual cards on a tier list. So, Dr. J, the best shooting guard in the game, in my opinion, does everything at a high level. 6'7", great release, good movement, great defense. S tier for Dr. J. The problem is he's insanely expensive. Brandon Miller, probably the same tier as Jack Marin. I'm going to put both those cards at B tier. Both cards are cards like if you use, you can have success with, but I don't think any of them, or I should say either of them, are like great cards. They're both fine. B tier for both of them. Eddie Jones, I like Eddie Jones at A tier. I think he's better than Jack Marin. I think he's better than Brandon Miller. I just don't think he's to the level of a guy like Dr. J. His release is okay. The one thing about Eddie Jones is he's going to have a good leaner. Good defense, A tier for Eddie Jones. A pretty solid all-around shooting guard. Del Curry, D tier. I mean, Del Curry is bad on this game, and there's a reason nobody's running Del Curry. And I know, like, a lot of, like, and I don't want to offend anybody, but a lot of, like, the casual player base might be like, oh my gosh, Del Curry, he's gonna be one of the best sharpshooters in the game. I mean, yes, but at this stage, everybody's got a high 3-ball. D tier for Del. I'm going to go MJ at C tier. And I don't even know if I have Galaxy Opal MJ on this or Dark Matter MJ. I obviously, he's a hidden gem, so I don't have him on this list. But MJ's not going to be great until they change that release. His release is not great. The Pink Diamond MJ is still going to play a lot of defense. C tier. Scottie Pippen, I'm going to go A tier with. It paid me. I have a friend that was watching a video, a MyTEAM video, and he said somebody like in their $100 bundle had a choice of Dr. J and Scottie Pippen, and they chose Scottie Pippen. Do y'all know how painful that was for me to watch? Like, just knowing the value of both cards. If you chose Scottie Pippen over Dr. J, I'm sorry. It's all I can say. Dr. J is better than Scottie Pippen, but both cards give you kind of the same thing. Great defense, good release. To me, Dr. J just gives you a bit of more of an all-around playmaking type of shooting guard for your specific squad, but both are S tier. Michael Finley, I'd be lying to say I even know anything really about the card. I'm going to put him at C tier. Aaron Aflalo is not garbage. He's cheap, and he's got a good release. Now, the problem is you're going to have to upgrade the on-ball menace, but if you give him on-ball menace, Aaron Aflalo is fine. Has a great release. He's going to green shots at a pretty high level. D tier for Mr. Aaron Aflalo. Rip Hamilton stinks this year. I'm going to go D tier. When the card first came out, I was like, well, Richard Hamilton sometimes can be a good 3-and-D option. The defense on this card is so lackluster that, I mean, I can't even with a straight face say that the card's okay. I can't. I'm putting him at D tier. I don't care. Jerry Stackhouse is fine. I do think he's B tier, though. I mean, he's fine. Like, you can run Stackhouse and have some success with him, but Eddie Jones is the better option. So Stackhouse is going B tier. And that's my final opinion on him. Grant Hill up next. I mean, Grant Hill is good, but I still think he's probably B tier. I mean, I might have to eventually move some cards up. I just think it's tough. Like, Grant Hill's release isn't perfect. He is 6'8". He's going to play great defense, though. Do I like him more than Jack Marin or Brandon Miller? I mean, probably. I don't know, though. I'm throwing Grant Hill at B tier. Here's where things get difficult. ML Carr. At this stage, I think C tier. but he still plays immaculate defense. And so, let me look and see what else we got here. I'm going to move some guys up here because I don't necessarily like what I've got going on here. I just don't. I think I like this a little bit more. I don't know if I do, though. I don't know if I do. This is tough. I'm going to go back to this. I don't know. I think ML Carr is good, but it's just like he's a little outdated at this stage. Klay Thompson, A tier. I'm glad we finally got another A tier caliber shooting guard in the game. Here's the situation with Klay. He is really good, but he's not as good as Scottie Pippen, and he's not as good as Julius Erving. So he's going to go at A tier. I know a lot of people really like this Klay card because, yes, he shoots the ball well. He's going to play good defense. I've got no issues with Klay, but he is deserving of A tier. Jason Richardson, a card I really do like. I'm going to put him at B tier, though. Right in there with Jack Marin. Right in there with Grant Hill. A solid enough shooting guard and is enough to play, but B tier is where the card belongs. Chris Mullin, I've got to go A tier with Chris Mullin, and if you like Grant Hill or, J Rich more than Mullin, I'm fine with it, honestly. But at the end of the day, with the Chris Mullin's defensive ability, you've got to respect it. You got to put him at that A tier. Paul George, one of the best shooting guards in the entire game, S tier. I think he's better than Scottie Pippen, slightly worse than Dr. J. But he's more closer to Dr. J than he is to Scottie Pippen. Paul George is absolutely elite on this game. And if you can find a way to pick up Paul George without spending an insane amount of MT, I would try to do that. Ron Artest, another S tier caliber card. It's crazy the amount of people that got Ron Artest. And I know a lot of it's because, guess what? If you bought your way to level 40, you basically got, a really cheap Ron Artest out of a pack. But the card is extremely good. Ron Artest can go out there and compete with any shooting guard in the game. And if you got him, he should play for you guys for a very, very long time. Corey Maggette up next. I think B tier for Corey Maggette. He's fine. Another one of these cards that I really don't mind whatsoever. But I think B tier is the right tier. I don't think he's anything better than a lot of the other guys on this list, like a Jason Richardson, like a Jack Marin. But I think he is that same type of level. And if I'm wrong on Michael Finley, let me know down below in the comments. I just really don't know. Q Rich, not good. D tier for Q Rich. Just not a card I would recommend using on this game. Dominique Wilkins, D tier. Not horrible, not great. Michael Cooper, I don't mind Michael Cooper. And I know people are going to get mad at me for ranking him over MJ, but I think he is better. He's got a better release. He's 6'7". I think Michael Cooper is better than Pink Diamond Michael Jordan. Hate me if you want. That's what I believe. Jimmy Buckets up next. Here's where things get really difficult. Is he S tier? Is he A tier? I don't know. I think I want to move Scottie Pippen down, honestly, to A tier. And I like this a little bit more because Scottie is really good. I think I'm going to keep it like this. I think Scottie Pippen gives you more on the floor than Jimmy Butler. He's got one of the best releases in the game. So I'm going to put Jimmy at A tier. I do like Jimmy's ability to make plays. I like Jimmy as an overall card. A tier cards are good on this list. They're good. Michael Redd, not super high on him. I'm going to go B tier. I do like him more than MJ. I think he's probably better than Michael Finley, although I'm not sure on that. My thing for Michael Redd is he's just fine. He's a fine card. I just don't love his release, though. Honestly, I'm putting Michael Redd at C tier. I don't care. I just don't think he gives you enough defensively compared to a Grant Hill, Jerry Stackhouse. And offensively, I don't even think he's as good as a guy like Jason Richardson. I'm putting Michael Redd at C tier. Ray Allen at this stage, D tier, not great. Ricky Pierce, D tier, not great. Galaxy Opal Ant, he's better than these guys at C tier. I don't think he's better than these guys at A tier, though. But he is a Galaxy. I'll put him at A tier. I don't love Anthony Edwards, though. He's just undersized. His release isn't horrible, but it's not great. It's just a fine release in the game. I think Ant's deserving of A tier, but that's about it. Andrew Wiggins right in there with the B tier. A lot of these diamonds that I like are going to be B tier. Honestly, when you're watching this list, if you have a B tier shooting guard, you're fine. These cards can definitely play at a pretty high level. Wally Szczerbiak up next. I don't know, man. And I'm tired of trying to justify my hatred towards these pink diamonds. But I'm going to be honest. Price matters, and if you're a bad pink diamond, I'm just not gonna rate you very highly. So Wally Szczerbiak, I people say we look alike, so for that I should put you at B tier, but you're just not very good. Isaiah Ryder at this stage, D tier. Doug West, people gas him, D tier. Drazen, probably the worst pink diamond in the game. I'm gonna put Drazen at F tier. Genuinely, I know Troydan might not actually be F tier, but here's the situation. He's the pink diamond, and if anybody is spending MT on Troydan Petrovic, I'm sorry. The card cannot play. He's F tier. Albert King, D tier. He's fine. Tim Hardaway Jr., D tier. He's fine. Latrell, B tier. I like Latrell Sprewell. He's not necessarily perfect, but throw him into there to all the diamonds. J Rich, Corey McGetty, Andrew Wiggins, Jack Marin, as well as Brendan Miller, Mike Cooper. Throw all of them at B tier. Doug Collins. Honestly, a card I've not used is Doug Collins. So I want to see what this card does provide for us on the floor. 6'6". Nah, he's not very good. And honestly, I'm not trying to hate on him, but he's not very good. I'll throw him at C tier. I'm not a big Doug Collins guy in this game. Raja Bell up next, and I like Raja, but at this stage, he is B tier. And that's good. Like, the fact that Raja was, a day one diamond, and the fact that he still is B tier is kind of crazy when you think about it, but that's as high as you can go with the card. He is really solid on the floor, though. Doug Christie, I mean, you guys can hate me if you want. Doug Christie is an A tier caliber option. He is an A tier caliber option on this game. I don't care what people say. Doug Christie is that good. I respect Doug Christie. Plays a lot of defense. A tier for Doug Christie. DeMar DeRozan, F tier. The card stinks. Danny Green, a guy you could get for absolutely free as a beast. A tier for Danny Green. Good release. Plays defense for you. A tier. I like what Danny Green provides over anybody at B tier. Manu, F tier. He sucks. Desmond Mason, I guess D tier. I don't know. Desmond Mason's not very good. Vince Carter, S tier. The thing about Vince Carter is he is way overpriced. However, the card is good, and so I got to put him at S tier. But I don't think Vince is worth his price. So hopefully you guys know and understand that. Corver at this stage, I mean, I'll put him at C tier because he is one of the best sharpshooters in the game. But that's all it gives you. Adrian Dantley is horrible. He's F tier. He's literally unusable. Beal, he's not very good. D tier. JJ Redick, not very good. D tier. Brandon Roy, better, but I don't think Brandon Roy is above C tier. I'm going C tier with B. Roy. J.R. Smith, I mean, I guess I'll go B tier, but I don't like J.R. Smith. He's at B tier because he's a Galaxy Opal and he'll have some juice stats, some juice badges, but I do not like J.R. Smith on this game. TyDeBo, Cephalosha, I'm going to go C tier. I want to go B tier with the card, but he's objectively not B tier. He is a C tier caliber card. Anthony Parker, people have gassed this card in the past. I'll throw him at C tier, going to green some shots. Lou Will, F tier, the card stinks. Amy Vince at this stage, I mean, he can green some shots. His defense is horrible. I'll go D tier. It's probably where he does ultimately belong. T-Mac. I like T-Mac still to this day. As long as you don't stick shoot with the card, he's good. 6'8", plays lanes. I like T-Mac. I'm going A tier. Look at his stats, guys. I'm telling you, the card can play. Buddy Hield, C tier. He's playable, not good. KCP, I mean, I go back and forth with KCP. I'm going to go B tier. He's fine as far as the 3 and D option. You could have him above T-Mac. But I think the height difference is something that to me matters quite a bit. Juan Toscano, D tier. He's fine. You can play him, but he's not great. Cam Thomas. I'll say this about Cam Thomas. Offensively, the card's kind of a stud. He's got a good release. I'm actually going to put Cam Thomas at C tier. He's not good because of his size, but he's got a good release. Offensively speaking, the card is solid enough to play. Norman Powell, yikes. I actually don't know what his release looks like in this game. I'm going to throw him at D tier. I've not used Norman Powell yet, so if I'm wrong on Norman Powell, let me know down below in the comments. But for right now, I'm putting him at D tier, just slightly above F tier. RJ Barrett, I think I've shot with him. He's C tier overall. He's fine, but it's like, what is the point of picking up RJ Barrett right now? I don't see one. Grady, D tier, not great. Richase, he's fine. Like, who's going to win Rookie of the Year? I have no idea. Probably, is it going to be the guy from Philly? Maybe. I'm going to go C tier for him. 6'10", provides some things on the court, but he's not great. Kamara, I'm going to go D tier. Koulibaly, D tier probably. I mean, the thing about these rubies that I want you guys to know and understand is they can go out there and compete with some of these diamonds. But when you get to that B tier or higher, it's tough for me to be that high on any of those super budget options in this game. Let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comments. Is this a great tier list? Does it leave something to be desired? Let me know. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.